Hello and welcome back to another episode of Craftblock SMP, episode 7 this should be. That rhymed unintentionally. We're back in our normal house with less cake to be seen all around. And there's been a lot of off-camera work. I tested out the magma armor to see if it was any better than my regular diamond armor, and it's marginally worse overall. I tested it with Enderman and I took more damage regularly with the magma armor, but not by that much. I've built a new area under this house for just mass storage, so all these chests are filled with stone, all these are filled with mob drops, and all these are filled with prismarine, as well as these shulker boxes, because today we will be building with a lot of prismarine, but not at our guardian farm, no. We are going to be building a shop, finally, in the player shops area. Now, we do already have one shop. It is the bakery, and it has yet to be stocked because we're kind of having disagreements on who should stock what, and just people are lazy. But anyway, yes, today we will be building a prismarine and sea lantern shop. In between episodes, we decided to hold a spleef tournament on Saturday. We had about 6 people come out to participate, and overall I got second in the tournament, which is kind of what I was aiming for. First place got a custom item. It was a carrot on a stick that actually acted as a jetpack. That was won by Cookies for Life, who, after scoring 0 in the first 5 rounds, made a miraculous comeback during the bonus rounds, in which Guardians respawned, Wither Skeletons killed a few, and just generally crazy stuff happened. The second place prize, which is what I got, was 16 diamonds. And that was the prize I was going for because I don't really need a jetpack because the elytra is much better. And the third place prize was 64 trading gems. Now this place was won by both Matey Marvin and Matey Max, so they split the prize, I do believe. The spleef was fought in the new End Arena that me and Max built just for this event, and for future events in, well, the future. We did run into a few technical difficulties that will hopefully be resolved next week. The rules of the game were pretty simple. Initially there were 5 rounds, and whoever won those 5 rounds, based on a point system we came up with, would win the entire tournament. First place on any round gave you 3 points, second place 2 points, third place 1 point. Now, we did do 10 rounds. If we had done 5, I would have won the entire tournament. And a lot of the later rounds were bonus rounds, as Medimax put it, where he would summon iron golems, snow golems, guardians, and eventually I took over that role and summoned ravengers, so that was fun. The rules of the game, no placing blocks, of course. It's just regular spleef. I should also mention that these bonus rounds were double points, and that's what gave Cookies his redemption in the very later stages of the tournament. With spleef now out of the way, we can begin work on our prismarine shop. Now we are in the shopping area. I have moved the portal and created a path here and to the bakery. And you may be thinking one of 3 things right now. First, nice head. Second, those pillars seem a bit too familiar. And third, those prismarine pillars appear purposely placed, plus particularly peculiar. Past projects possessed prismarine pillars plentifully. And you would be right, we are building a guardian temple, or an ocean monument as they are more commonly known, but not at a 1-to-1 scale, because I would go crazy and that would take up too much space. And too much resources, using up all my prismarine, leaving none for a shop. Now our main feature is going to be sea lanterns, as well as additional bricks and regular prismarine. We will not be selling dark prismarine for the moment because of a shortage of ink sacs, but that seems to have been remedied by me just AFKing here for about a day, because squids keep spawning in this river. A lot, actually. See, like, there's one already, and I just did a sweep of them. I just got an achievement for jumping 100,000 times. Wow, that's a lot. Try to find the statistic for it. It might be on screen right now. I don't know the jumps. 100,004. Whew. Alright, that's a lot of jumping. The foundations for the monument have been laid down. This will be the doorway. It'll be 2 blocks off the ground. The interior will be nothing like the actual monument interior. It'll actually look like a cool shop. Now, of course, building a thing at such a scale does bring up its own problems. And the normal temple doesn't use stairs, it uses just regular blocks. But because of the scale, these stairs work perfectly to mimic the diagonal formed by blocks that go up. It has these stairs that come up that are just made of full blocks, and that has flat layers of prismarine with blocks that come up kind of every 3 blocks, I believe it is. I'll put a picture up in case you're confused. But we're essentially trying to mimic that with these stairs and the flat layer of regular prismarine I'm putting down. It's pretty hard, and we won't be able to mimic everything perfectly just because of the scale, but it should end up looking just fine anyways. The real trouble comes when we start to do the back, because the back is a lot more, well, it's not a lot more complicated, but it's a lot more complicated when doing it at this scale. We've copied this over to this side, and we've wrapped it all the way around, or at least the parts that apply. And now we can actually begin work on the front of the monument. It's actually just a flat wall with prismarine, with dark prismarine mixed in the actual structure. But we are going to try and emulate that the best we can. Goes up about this high, put some stairs in here. And it's always kind of trippy when the prismarine changes color, because half the time I forget that it actually does that. Personally, I hate it the most when it turns purple, but you know, that's just personal preference. And then we have prismarine stairs like this, and that will lead to the very top of the monument, where it has that arch with the sea lanterns. That marks the center of the monument when building a farm. And we can also start bringing this around because we've completed this. And we are going to insert the dark prismarine around here is the center. Put it here and here. Here, that's not where I wanted it. I forgot to bring scaffolding, so that makes this a lot harder. And I don't have any block to scaffold to speak of, so I guess I could just use dark prismarine. So we do like this, and there you go. I may have built this wrong, but I will check. Oh, I don't even need to check. Look at look at that, it's off center. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna have to fix that. So I've fixed that centering problem, and I've also added prismarine stripes right here and here. There are actually 3 on the normal structure, but you know, we make do with what space we're given. And now we're going to make the top part of the structure. Again, none of these things have names as far as I'm aware, so we're just kind of calling them what we want. So we're going to call this the crown of the monument. There you go. You know, it's a bit hard to replicate, as I've said many times, and I'm going to try and stop saying. But there you go. That is the center, or the centerpiece of the monument. There you go. Now you may notice this is a bit weird with the grass and how there's just like open space down here. What are we gonna do here? But I have sort of figured it out, but a lot of the details need to be polished out. Like these pillars need to be brought down, and this one needs to go into the water, and stuff like that. Just small little details to make this thing look more in its place. Now here at the back, something a bit strange happens. Instead of this Prismarine going over to meet itself over there, and this curving away like that, it instead just comes to the edge and stops like that. And then it comes across like this, and the same thing happens over here. And then this is filled in with regular Prismarine. It's a bit strange, but it kind of works because the strange dimensions, even if it did wrap around, it wouldn't produce the same kind of thing like here. This would still be too wide if it wrapped around, but instead now it's 4 wide, and that allows for some extra detailing. So what we do is, I forget if it's on, I think it's on this block. We take 2 stairs, we do this 3 times on each side, and then we take these slabs, and we don't mess up the placement. And then, voila, detailing achieved. This is the best I could do at the scale, honestly, but I think it still looks nice. I mean, as nice as a Guardian Temple can get, and I appear to have run out of blocks. And there we go. All finished up on the exterior, except for lighting, but we'll get to that later. Now, the interior of the shop is a lot different than the exterior. It's going to have birch floors. It's going to be elevated above the ground, only slightly though. It's going to have a bit of carpet to hide some sea lantern lighting, and man, I really wish I brought scaffolding, but you know, lessons for later. I don't even know if I should really get an axe out. Oh, God. I don't want to misplace another block. Okay. So it's just a square birch floor. And I can't get up because these are slabs and I can't place water there. But the walls, besides this one, are going to be Prismarine bricks. Prismarine and Prismarine bricks again. Dark Prismarine, like this. And then boom, that's one column. And then we're gonna have a row of chests here, and then we repeat the same thing again. Long story short, I messed up the interior, had to rebuild the entire thing again. But now we can put in the shelves and the stock. And it looks like I built too many Prismarine slabs. About twice as much as I actually needed, but that's fine, that's fine. Actually, you know what? Since they're in slab form, and I don't want them in slab form, we're just gonna put them right here and reclaim the dark Prismarine. Except that one fell, and now I have to get out of here. Anyway, yeah, so that is basically the interior all done. Again, we need... Did I... I hate that glitch. You pick up the water and it doesn't actually pick itself up, and there goes oil company. So we're back down to 1. We had someone else join the server, and then he just was like, hey, where are you? I want to annoy you. And I said, nah. And he left. So, you know, a riveting story. What's left is some lighting and the flooring on the outside. I'm just putting in some of the final touches to the interior. And I have some nice quartz tables with potted plant cactuses. We have our prices here. And this book is unfortunately signed because I did decide to put dark Prismarine on this side of the chest and sea lanterns on this side. But, as you can see, I did not include dark Prismarine in this book, which means I'm going to have to rewrite it and re-sign it. So, yeah, that kind of sucks, but, you know, We've got Prismarine fully stocked, Prismarine bricks fully stocked, and we shouldn't need to like stock it pretty much ever again because I don't think the demand will be so high that I'll get sold out of Prismarine or Prismarine bricks. Maybe sea lanterns. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here either. This is also old news, but I maxed out my trident, so that's cool. What's in here? Some dirt. But yeah, still need to get end rods and carpet and sand. Oh, right, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for items to put into the frames. Two of those, one of these, and one of these. Sea lantern here, dark prismarine here, prismarine there, and bricks there. So there you go. That's the interior. Pretty much done. And that is the monument fully finished. And I'm recording this at nighttime, just so you can see the entire thing lit up. I did change this crowning area, just because I thought this would look better. It's not more accurate per se, but you know, it looks better, so we're doing it. And if you're, how did that happen? A mystery it will remain. Anyway, yeah, we are fully stocked, except on sea lanterns and dark prismarine, because I only have a very limited supply of those two. So I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit more. I have this book, I added in dark prismarine. The prices I think are pretty fair. I would consider putting dark prismarine higher just because I can't get a lot of it easily, but I don't think the demand is too high either, so it's fine at 2 diamonds. Anyways, I thought this would be a nice short project to get an easy episode out, but no, this took like all day. Somehow, yes, so if you're wondering, for the bottom, I added in blue glass and then just flooded it with water. It kind of looks weird if you go up close, but from far away it's fine. Plus, you know, if you're close, you're probably going to be here and it's like, oh, there's just water. It's fine. But yeah, this took a long time. A lot longer than I anticipated. So, yeah, that is going to do it for today. Just before I end things, I did want to say there has been a update to the server. We now have the gem merchant who is in the spawner merchants, or the spawn merchant's house. He trades regular trading gems for compressed trading gems, so I've done that. And also the spawn merchant has new trades, and I'm going to be using this Wither Skull one as much as I can. And there's also another merchant that has been added, the spawner merchant, not the spawn merchant. It's a bit confusing, but not really. Who sells spawners for the tier 2 trading gem, which is called cosmic or warped. I think it goes compressed, warped, cosmic. Yeah, so one of these is equal to a spawner, which is 16 of these, which is 16 of these, so 16 squared. So yeah, I'm going to be taking advantage of this Wither Skull trade to get more beacons. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.